Hey Pod Squad, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about WrestleMania! Yay!
Mind of the Meanie, Mrs. Meanie round and Tracy Roots got something to say. Hey, hey, hey!
We are going to talk about all the best entrances from WrestleMania's past. We're going to talk about boogers. Black coffee. Black cold brew. Anyway, we are going to talk about all of the best entrances from WrestleMania's past. I didn't really count. There might be 10. Who knows? Whatever. We're going real loose. We're going loosey-goosey, you guys. So, what is happening is, Mind of the Meanie is going to be doing a live recap show directly after WrestleMania. It will be April 10th and 11th here on Mind of the Meanie's YouTube or Mind of the Meanie Facebook or Fight.tv. We will be here. Come hang with us. We are going to have so much fun. They are actually... Mind of the Meanie is actually giving me a real life segment. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna like make notes and do research and everything. It's gonna be so much fun. Come hang with us. During our Mind of the Meanie Mania extravaganza, I will be sharing my 5 favorite outfits from the night. My absolute favorite part about WrestleMania is the gear. Like, I love when wrestlers get new gear. And WrestleMania is like, it is their time to shine. You're gonna see a lot of like cool little like sneaky tributes to things, which is like my favorite. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Come hang out. Right now, I'm going to share my favorite past WrestleMania entrances. So, I wanted to do, originally, this video was going to be top 10 WrestleMania attire, but listen, I realized that a lot of wrestlers don't come out in the same thing that they wear in the ring. Like, a lot of robes, a lot, like, Triple H has that, like, skull thing, cloak, you know, I'm not razzing on it at all. It's always amazing. But once somebody like Triple H gets in the ring, his gear is just like underoos. Blue Meanie isn't even here and I can feel him rolling his eyes at me right now. But like, seriously, I'm not taking anything away from anybody, but when you come out, there's like a production, and not always, which kind of stinks. Like, but granted, you can't give everybody the grand entrance because WrestleMania is only 10 hours long. So, not everybody can get an entrance, but we are going to talk about the best entrances. Oh, speaking of Triple H and best entrances, one of my favorites was, let's see, what, I'm like awful at like what number, but like, I'll like throw it in, we'll put the numbers in like font on the screen or something, whatever. So, Triple H had that one with like the 3 broads and they had like masks and it's like this like, you know, whatever, I don't know. He had the skull thing and a robe and just like gold, gorgeous throne action and the broads like pull off the robe and the mask and he's ready to fight. And like, you know, of course now we know that those broads were Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss, which is like so cool. And then Charlotte turns around a couple years later and kind of mimicked the same thing. The like regal, you know, 3 dudes carried her out and those guys were like NXT or whatever. Listen, I've gone back and I've watched and I asked for help what's your favorite entrance, and there actually isn't a whole lot involving, like, the women. And I know that, like, more so now it's a thing, but, like, some of my favorites I checked and it was like, eh. Like, Sasha Banks had that car, you know, one. Well, everybody had the car thing that year because, like, the ramp's a mile long and whatever. But, you know, Sasha Banks did that, like, Spice Girls Olympics thing. She's like, hey, you know, off the side of the car. I love the, like, secret winky, you know, tributes that they do. Especially the girls. The girls, like, you know, Bailey does Macho Man. You know, Sasha Banks always does Eddie. Charlotte is certainly, like, Ric Flair with all the robes, and it's in the family. I get it. Like, anyway. But, like, the women don't really have, like, the grand entrances, but they've also haven't really had the chance either. So that's something that I look forward to, is, like, more representation in the lady side of things. I asked for help, and most of the things that people said were things that I was already thinking about and, you know, was already looking at. Rusev on the Tank was one. Like, what a sight. It was stunning to see. Definitely one of my favorites. Now, somebody who consistently has, like, pretty amazing, cool, like, entrances, I think, is John Cena. John Cena, what I love about his is he usually has, like, a huge, kind of, like, entourage. Like, he had the one where it was, like, a bunch of John Cenas. They had, like, a choir. But my number one is the marching band. And with the marching band, like, first off, you have these kids that they get to say, and with John Cena's entrances, you have all of these people, and all of these people for the rest of their lives can say, I was a part of that. I was there. That's me. Look at that. Like, you know, and certainly they're in, like, their hometown. I'm sure he picks, like, local people to do these things. And anyway, the marching band was my favorite. And I went back and watched. I encourage you to go through and, like, watch these entrances, whether it's on YouTube or the network or however you get your WWE. Go find these entrances and, like, refresh your memory. Like, even, you know, we all remember these as being, like, great, but, like, take a look again at some of this stuff. So John Cena with the marching band, here are these kids, and they're, like, you know, they're very professional. They're very serious. They are, I think they did America the Beautiful. They were playing something else. And it was like, you know, everybody's clapping respectfully. And they go into John Cena's entrance music. And it's like the crowd didn't even know what was happening yet. And it was like, you know, woo, like, what is this? Like some kind of, like, WWE medley. You don't know that yet as the crowd. You don't know that this is it. Like, so here they go into this John Cena song, and, like, John Cena comes out and he stands there. And it's like, here are these kids that are supposed to be, like, serious. And, like, if you look, there's one kid standing directly next to him that has the biggest smile on his face. And you hear the crowd realize what is happening. Oh, no, like, they're like, oh, this is cute. Oh, what are they doing? Like a medley? And then John Cena, this is actually his entrance, and, like, the crowd goes nuts. I am such a sucker for crowd reaction. And the one thing that I kind of hate about the outdoor venues, like with WrestleMania, how they do the outdoor stadiums, I hate that the sound of the crowd goes up and out and it gets lost. Try and listen though. When John Cena comes out and everybody realizes, oh, this is like for real, it is my favorite. It is my absolute favorite. I encourage you to go back and like watch that again. Another one, like, they are so good at like bringing out a talent, like a band or, you know, a performer, and they do like their own thing, and then they go into the entrance music, and then once the person comes out, it's like, oh, this is real. My favorite was the Wyatts in New Orleans when that band played. Okay, so I guess the dude is Mark Crozer. I don't know. It's hard to Google. But here the Wyatt family comes out to their song played by the band, and it's like, here, I think, like, in the beginning, there's this broad, and she's got, like, machetes and fire, and, like, here's this beautiful performance, and you have, like, polite smattering of applause in the crowd, and it's like, once the band kicks in, and you hear that music, and then the Wyatt family comes out, it's like, oh, this is happening. I love it. I love it so much. And, like, chills. Like, go watch it. I encourage you to watch it again. Music is such a big part of WrestleMania. I know that people don't always agree with the bands that perform and everything. But, you know, go refresh your soda. Go to the bathroom. Who cares? Like, you don't have to come on the internet and be mean about people that you don't know and understand. Because here, you know, you're going to have bands or artists that, like, you're not into, but then it's not for you. You know, you're going to have somebody who is only tuning in to see this artist or, you know, musician or band or whatever. You're going to have people that are tuning in just for that. They're going to get their first taste of professional wrestling, and they're going to fall in love just the way that you did. They're going to see something that's going to really, you know, open their eyes to something that is so special to all of us. And I think that's really special. You know, we're all tuned in for the same reason. And, you know, if we're not, maybe by the end of the night we can change some minds. It's okay to make magic for somebody else, you know. But it still gets to be magic for us too, you know, whatever. Anyway, another cool, like, band entrance was, POD did, Rey Mysterio's entrance, and listen, Rey comes out, and speaking of WrestleMania gear, this guy, Rey Mysterio, always has top-notch, cool, fun gear. There's always some type of nod to somebody or something, and, like, the thought that he puts into his gear, whether you get it or not, like, let's respect the king when it comes to new WrestleMania gear. I mean, really, Rey Mysterio, number one. So POD is, like, playing on this big, like, fake building, and the building has got, like, these TV screens all over it, like, where the windows should be. It's, like, this cool thing, and, like, you know, there's fireworks go off, and POD's playing on the roof of this, like, fake building, and then, like, Rey Mysterio comes out, and Rey Mysterio comes out, he comes, like, around the building, and, like, he's just, like, his regular gear, and he's like, hey, everybody, and everybody's like, hey, Rey Mysterio, and then, like, POD's like, booyaka, booyaka, you know, and then, like, Rey Mysterio, like, turns around and, like, goes into the door of the, like, big fake building, and you're like, Rey, where you going? The ring's that way. Where you going, buddy? And then, like, a minute later, Rey Mysterio shows up on the roof, and he's with POD, and POD is like, booyaka, booyaka. And then, like, then Rey Mysterio's got, like, this beautiful feathered, like, headdress, you know, this gorgeous, like, bird thing, very, like, Aztec. Oh, man. Listen. People didn't understand it. People hated it. I think that the visual of him, like, showing up on the roof, and then you have, like, this band just jamming. Oh, my God. Like, you want to be hype. Like, when your favorite wrestler's music plays, like, entrance music is built to get you hype. And, like, ugh. Booyaka, booyaka. Man, like, listen. Go watch that entrance. People were like, what is happening? That's stupid. Listen, go get hype. Go watch that entrance because it was so good and I love it so much. It's like, it was weird because he's like, he comes out and he's all regular and it's like, Ray, where you going? That's where he's going. He's going to get hype. What did I want to say? Let's see. What did we talk about? We talked about POD. We talked about the Wyatt family. We talked about that. There's also been, like, super simple, you know, entrances that weren't so grand, but were like, Stone Cold, 13 maybe? I don't know. Stone Cold came out. There was, like, the sheet of glass, and the glass, like, crumbles. You know, it's like, go watch shows from, like, 98, 99. When you heard that glass break, you knew it was about to go down. The volume of the crowd cheering when Stone Cold came out was unlike any other, especially at that time. But when he walks through that sheet of glass, and I can't find any pictures of it. There's like a ton of GIFs. There's a ton of GIFs. Choosy moms choose GIF. All right, pal. So, whatever. Go look it up. It is so good. So simple, but, like, stunning. Oh my God, stunning Steve Austin. That's a thing, right? I know wrestling things. Listen, I put on makeup and then I immediately regret it. It looks so good, but my eyes just run the entire time. Vegas. WrestleMania from Vegas had so many good... I'm gonna go watch that, like, now. Seriously. We always watch a bunch of WrestleManias leading up to WrestleMania, and I gotta tell you, Vegas had so many good, like, memorable entrances. Macho Man was the obvious choice here, but Bobby Heenan coming out on the camel backwards. Really, that's my pick. And the bird. Oh, the bird. Oh, Undertaker had the big vulture. So cool. Okay, yeah. So Bobby Heenan on the camel is my choice, but Undertaker with the big bird. Not Big Bird. Oh, that would have been fun. Oh, imagine. Speaking, and like, I also asked for help because I could have just said Undertaker 10 times because he had that zombie one with the hands. He had, so let me say that I absolutely loved the white Shawn Michaels Undertaker thing. Like, whatever. I love it. And that's kind of it. I mean, like, the little rings, like the little motorized cart rings, they did that twice. Those were really fun. My, like, wrestling knowledge only extends so far, and, like, that was one of the things that I learned later on was a thing, and I was like, that's a fun thing. So, The little rings, 100%. And yeah, I mean, listen, there's so much cool, fun, like, things that happen. It's WrestleMania. Anything can happen. And, you know, they've had their share of magical moments. And those were some of my favorites. And that's that, I think, I guess. I don't know. How many was that? Was that 10? I don't know. I guess that's it. So, tune in April 10th and 11th. April 10th and 11th? I don't know. Tune in April 10th and 11th for our Meanie Mania recap. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notifications on when I do my run-ins. Mind of the Meanie. No? Fine. Whatever.